Yo, what is up, YouTube? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And today we're going to be talking about Benevolence. And if you've been watching SPL, you've been watching your ranked games, the streams of the high ranked games, you'll be seeing this item probably 6-ish times every ranked game. If you know what this item does, it's basically just giving you passive farm, and right now it's getting abused at the highest level of Smite and some of the higher ranked games in Smite. And honestly, like, looking back now, it's a bit surprising that it took us so long to figure it out. We figured that you'd just be losing too much and the passive wasn't going to be gaining you enough, and you thought it'd be like a net even, maybe slightly positive, but you just weren't getting the stats of these other starters, so it didn't seem worth it. However, all the SPL players now have figured out that Benevolence is broken in every single role that you can manage to get it in. And frankly, some games that's all 10 roles. A lot of the mask gods in jungle, so a lot of the warriors are able to buy this with mask, and their clear is fine, and they'll end up being ahead of the enemy jungler late game. This item is giving you 3 gold per 5 plus 0.5 per level, and 1 XP per 5 plus 0.3 per level. That is giving you passive farm just for being in the game. You do not have to be farming a minion. You do not have to be in the laning phase. You do not have to be assisting on a camp. You have to just be in the game with this item, and you will be getting constant gold and constant XP. Let me show you guys why it's so broken. So right here, we've got a game from this weekend, the Bolts versus the Valkyries. Obviously, this is probably the best team versus one of the worst teams, but this was not a bad game for the Valks. They were playing fine. They were down about 3.5k gold across the map. And let's just look at where this lead is. You have 1 Benevolence on this side. You have 2 Benevolences on this side. So let's take a look at zeros and Ven, farm, gold, XP, everything. Ven is up 3 levels on zeros, while they're both like 3-1, 4-1, a few more assists on Ven's side. And Ven is up over an entire item. Their starter items are taking up 1 spot. 1, 2, 3, and 1 started item. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a tier 2 item. Ven is up an entire item and 3 levels in an actual very, very close game. And that just shows you the strength of this item. You're giving up a slight early game stat advantage by having a relevant starter in the early game. Vamp Shot is obviously going to be 30 power, 15 prots, a good amount of health, and then some sustain and mono sustain. Versus Benevolence is basically just giving health. And I think it gives MP5, something like that. But either way, you're giving up slightly less power early game for just an insane farm in the even early game, mid game, and then late game. You're getting so much farm. Ven is level 20 and nobody else in the game is level 19 even. That's how much farm you are getting from this item. And that is why you're now seeing 9, 10 Benevolences in some games. So right now, you see that the item's getting bought a lot. A lot of people are buying it. It's getting that big nerf that Pon talked about. But Pon is now sending this through in a twit longer, and he's touching on the changes for Benevolence. So in addition to the change to the shared percentage already planned for this bonus balance, which is down from 90% to 10% shared, it's now going to be 85% to yourself and 15% shared, which is going to be a pretty bad change to it to make it so it's not built in every role. And now it is getting decreased base gold per 5 from 3 to 1. So gold per 5 that's how much gold you're getting every 5 seconds. Gold per 5 seconds. So instead of getting 3 gold per 5 seconds, you're only getting 1. So you need to get up a lot more levels just to be able to get the same amount. Since you're getting 0.5 per level, you'll now be getting the same amount of gold at level 5 that you were getting at level 1 in this patch. So that's 4 levels difference to the change. And then the decreased gold per 5 per level from 0.5 to 0.3, which is now doubling down on it. So now you have to get to, what is it, like level 8 or something to be the same as a level 1 base farm that you would get on Benevolence in this current patch. So they are kind of gutting the entire item and what it's doing because it's being so prevalent in the game. This change will functionally cut the gold gained over an average game in half. So instead of gaining, I don't know, say 7,000 gold just passively, it's obviously not that much. You'll now be only gaining 3,500-ish, somewhere in that area. So it's actually a massive nerf to what Benevolence will bring. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get into the game and actually try how it feels, but just looking at this and looking at how much gold it's decreasing, Sentinels gets you a solid amount of gold, 7 bonus gold, and you restoring health and mana if the minion dies around you. So that's every wave. If you play it perfectly, there's 6 minions on a wave. You're getting 42 gold extra every wave. You are getting a lot more XP from Benevolence, but you are getting a lot more gold from Sentinels. And I think because of that, Sentinels probably takes over as just the best starter item for supports. War Flag is still just slightly worse than Sentinels. It's just not good enough to be bought. I think a little more buff to the aggression that the War Flag will have will make the item better. But right now, Sentinels is going to be your go-to support item for most gods, probably every god in support. Until I get my hands on it, I can't be officially sure that Benevolence is dead. But for right now, just looking at these changes, it's pretty telling that the Benevolence item is going to be dead in all roles. I'm pretty sure they're planning on buffing it again back or changing how it works so it can be bought in support again. But I think planning on it right now, think about building Sentinels and how you'll be changed, how the game will be changed around the Sentinels compared to Benevolence. You'll now have 10 procs of each, slightly less health, which is irrelevant. And then you'll have MP5 and you'll have 12 health every minion that dies. So you'll be getting actually a lot more health, 72 health every wave if you watch the wave die, which is going to be a lot more than just this 10 or 7 HP5. You're going to be a lot tankier with the Sentinels. Play around that, use your aggression a little bit more. But in my opinion, I think after this change, Benevolence will be dead until it gets another buff. If anything does change, maybe the item doesn't feel that bad, I'll let you guys know. But for right now, plan on building that Sentinels. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I taught you a little bit about Benevolence, why it's getting built, why it's so good, why everyone buying it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.